Hey, good morning, guys. It is May 15th. Oh, I was thinking something different. Sorry. I was thinking the Ides of May, but it's not. It's March. Sorry. Ides of March. It's from Caesar. Sorry. As you know, I get distracted sometimes. It's Ephesians 1:18, and it is in the NIV. It says, I pray also that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you. And Chambers is dealing again with what we are saved to or for, not from. The from doesn't matter. Um, Sorry, an aside here. It's really interesting how wrapped up we get with the from. I mentioned yesterday sitting on the seashore, having been saved from drowning, and we talk about that. And while it's great to have a testimony of what God saved you from, he saved us all from the same thing. He saved us, and here's the other thing. Um, Sorry. He didn't save us necessarily from sin, because that doesn't make sense, because sin was fun for a season. God saved us from his wrath. He saved us from the results of sin. The wages of sin is death, and the death is the wrath of God. Sin must be judged, and so God saved us from his own wrath. He poured out his wrath on his son as opposed to us. And so saving us from sin sometimes is a confusing message to people, because they're like, I don't want to be saved from my sin. I like my sin. And the truth is we all did. That's why we wallowed in it. It was a nice, comfortable place to be. It's the our conscience that pricks us and says, wait a second, or the Holy Spirit that pricks our conscience and says, wait, there's a debt that must be paid for your sin. It's death. It's the wrath of God, and that's what he saved us from. Sorry, that's an aside, totally an aside. But the save from, we get so wrapped up in that we forget what we're saved to. And he says here in his in Ephesians 1:18, which we've read, the eyes of our heart may be enlightened. That's an interesting image. That the eyes of our heart may be opened or lit up, so we can see the hope he's saving us to, what's coming, so that the Son of God might be manifested. He says here in the first paragraph, manifested in our mortal flesh. Second paragraph, you cannot do anything for your salvation, but, and here's where we get it completely backwards. We think, oh, I need to do something to achieve salvation. Exactly opposite. Exactly opposite. We don't need to do anything to achieve salvation. We need to do something in response to salvation. That's when the work comes. The work doesn't come to get something, to achieve salvation, to earn it. We don't earn it. But what we do then is we work it out. We work out our salvation with fear and trembling. Fear and trembling that's no light thing. It's funny, it comes off of our tongues. We say, work out your faith with fear and trembling. And think, wait, fear and trembling, he says here, we must work out what God has worked in. God will never shield you, in the third paragraph here, from any of the requirements of a son or daughter. He's going to expose us to hard things. Our salvation will be worked out after. We didn't have to work for it, but we have to work it out afterwards. Rise to the occasion, Chambers says. Do the thing, whatever the thing is that God calls you. And here's the other thing. What's the thing for you is different for the thing. And then we start comparing each other. Wait, why does he get off scot-free? God knows him, and God has a plan for him or her. God's working out their faith. You work out yours. You do the thing that he is calling you to do. It does not matter how it hurts, as long as it gives God the chance to manifest himself in your mortal flesh. What a great picture. Manifest himself in my mortal flesh. I work out my salvation, and as a result, I'm manifesting the life and death of Jesus in me. And I love this last paragraph. I'm only going to read the first part and the last part, but may God not find the wine, W-H-I-N-E, wine in us anymore, but may he find us full of spiritual pluck and athleticism. We need to be ready to run. We need to be conditioned, and we need to be trained, and we need to be constantly thinking, and again, preaching to myself every day. How do I train? How do I work out my salvation in a way that I'm manifesting the life and death of Jesus? And he says at the end, when we realize this, he will make us broken bread and poured out wine to feed and nourish others. And obviously that's an image of Christ. He will make us broken bread and poured out wine, just like he did Jesus. And you think, it's no small feat, but it's also no small reward. the fact that we need to work out our salvation and allow him to manifest himself in us is not a small feat. It's the work begins at salvation. But it's no small reward either. The reward is great. The hope that we have, he says, the hope to which he has called us, the riches of his glorious inheritance in the saints is what Ephesians 1:18 says. Guys, be encouraged today. Have a great day.